variables, especially in such critical time that we are in. I'm trying to relate between the intellectual properties and also the SDGs in light of the digitalized transformation. So if SDGs is one of the main priorities of the Egyptian state, and if the digitalized transformation is a fundamental, so what is the role? What's the role of the intellectual properties to avoid the challenges that may emerge from this rapid transformation, and how can we leverage from supporting the digital transformation to better performance and outputs of the SDGs? This was the actual milestone behind this research paper, to have such a phenomenal leap in the usage of technology and information, and the trend for all of the countries to use technology, especially within the framework of like, as we know, the Egyptian 2030 vision, and also the existence of this digital transformation as one of the important engines to reach those achievements. We see that subsequently we have lots of variables on the world arena in terms of the intellectual properties that has a great role in the invention and innovation, which is one of the accelerators of reaching the SDGs. Here comes the reason behind providing this research, to get the better leverage from the intellectual properties and to decrease and limit the bad impacts as much as possible in the Egyptian framework. If we would notice that recently we've got a great phenomenal change in the information technology. Internet has become an important part of people's life. 51% of the world populations have become using internet, and this now has imposed one of the fundamental solutions, which is the digitalization or the digitalized transformation, as one of the UN agenda for the SDGs. Some of the countries have been able to, throughout the intellectual properties, as this was one of the methods to get an effective mix and effective role that it plays either in facilitating or hindering achieving the SDGs. When we tackled the SDGs, the 17 SDGs, we haven't found any direct indication to the intellectual properties, unless we've got to the Article 3, when we were talking about the TRIPS agreement and the public health, and also another time maybe in the 9th goal, which is dealing with the infrastructure innovation, industry innovation infrastructure, and also in the goal number 17, which is dealing with the partnerships for the goals. And here comes the role of the most important international organizations like WIPO, which is concerned with the intellectual properties, and for sure WTO, which is the World Trade Organization. The plan of the SDGs tackling all of those goals, they are all mixed and integrated with the intellectual properties in a way or another, sometimes indirectly, and also maybe through some mediation or the accelerators, but not preserving the intellectual properties is one of the constraints, because lots of the breach and violence to those intellectual properties that have lots of dimensions that have great impact on the strategies of the market, because lots of partners can just get out of the game because it's not sustainable. Also, how to get, for example, some of the purchases, the not original products, some of those copy materialized products, and even the non-originated products. So with the access or the excessive usage of the digital transformation, it has become not that easy to find lots of the products that have been breached. We found that we have lots of actions regarding, for example, the testing fates for some of the medications. Lots of non-original medications have been found. In 2016, the Egyptian government announced the 2030 strategies for SDGs. Egypt, in terms of the intellectual properties, we have put a law for organizing the intellectual properties and joined lots of laws. The most known of this was the law number 82 for 22. But still, Egypt comes at the very back stages and back ranks in terms of the intellectual properties, because we do not have effective or active classification systems. Throughout this study, we target the answer for one of the main question, which is due to this accelerated and rapid approach, how would Egypt 2030 vision and the strategy adequate to it will be able to enable or overcome the challenges. This study has worked on the foundation phase study, and then the pre-fill phase, and then the reporting phase. And when we checked the variables that happened worldwide, along with the intellectual